This is KI0AR. Does anyone need to use the repeater systems before I begin this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net? Please go ahead now. Calling the Colorado Astronomy Net, calling the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR. My name is Bernice, and I'll be your net control for this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net. Just a reminder, the 3-minute timeout function is still in effect, so during long transmissions, please allow the repeater systems to reset themselves. Also, please use the word break for emergency or priority traffic. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please go ahead now. Okay, nothing heard. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. This net meets every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 0100 Zulu on Wednesdays to discuss topics of an astronomical nature, what's up in the night skies for the week, any other special events that may be of interest to the amateur radio astronomy enthusiasts around the world. Also, this is one of the few nets where your check-in does count. I tally up the numbers and send them out to JPL at the end of each month. It counts as part of their outreach to the general public, of which we are a part. So all check-ins are definitely appreciated. I take check-ins in several ways. I take them via NetLogger, and we have quite a few on NetLogger already, so thanks for that. For half a dozen of you already checked in via NetLogger there, so thanks for that. I take them over the air, of course. I'll do that in a minute or two. Also take them via email. If you're out there listening, you can send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com and just let me know your first name, your location, and if you have a call sign, I'll get that on the list as well. I am also on YouTube this evening, so those of you who may be out there watching via YouTube, I will take check-ins that way as well. So we're recording the Colorado Astronomy Net on YouTube videos there, so you can look at some of the old ones. Already have 30+ subscribers and over 500 views, so thanks for that. So it'll grow. It'll grow, probably get better. I still got a lot to learn about YouTubing, but bear with me as we grow in the learning stage for sure. So I do appreciate that. Let's see, I'll go ahead and acknowledge several people that are out there on, oh, where are you? NetLogger that have checked in. NetLogger got a bunch of you out there, maybe even a couple of new calls, new lurkers. You won't be for long, so I do appreciate you guys checking in. Wow, getting a whole bunch of you via NetLogger. Yes, Doug, I saw your message. Yeah, they've been having some problems on one of the digital sides. So I am on 449.450 as well here in town. And so thanks for the signal report there. Yeah, we're going to... Yeah, Mike, apologies for that. Hopefully it's coming through Echolink All-Star Node. Right now I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge check-ins via NetLogger. We got Parker, K0VL, thanks for checking in tonight. Doug at K0ATP, thanks for checking in tonight. Dave, AF0AS, thanks for checking in tonight. Roy, KI7PKL, thanks for checking in tonight. Ken, NV7SS, thanks for checking in tonight. Moy, N5ZIQ, thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see, Roger out there, we got you checked in. Let's see, that's, yeah. KF0SMD, thanks for checking in tonight. We got Dennis, KB8HHQ. Thanks for checking in tonight. That's a new call on the list. So, Dennis, please stand by. Hopefully you are out there listening tonight. So I want to chat with you in just a sec. Mike, KL7FR, thanks for checking in tonight. Brian, W4BJB, thanks for checking in tonight. And Martin, W9EAA, thanks for checking in tonight. Oh boy, big crowd tonight so far. Marty, yeah, we got you on the list. I'm just updating my notes here and getting everybody checked in. All right, Mike, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. I've got a report that I'm only getting like 10% copy there on Echolink and All-Star. So we do have some issues with the digital modes tonight, it looks like. So I do apologize for that. If you drop out because of that, no worries. You're not going to hurt my feelings. We'll keep trying to see what happens and see what's going on. But like I said, I am recording this via YouTube on the Colorado Astronomy Net, so you can listen there. More than happy to have you check in that way as well. There is a little bit of delay, but at least you'll get the audio. And it won't be so broken. So try that and try that. If you do hop onto YouTube, be sure to like me and follow if you like. So try that if if all else fails. Okay, looks like we had Dennis drop out. I was going to talk to you. Well, I'll give him a call. KB8HHQ. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net, Dennis. Hopefully you can hear. I always like to touch base with my first-time check-ins, find out what your background interest in astronomy, whether you're just starting out, you've been doing it for decades, or somewhere in between. KB8HHQ, please share with us what your interest background in astronomy is. Go ahead. There, I'll post this. There we go. Mike. Over on YouTube, KO5AOK. Thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see. We got. I'll get you down there as listening, and Mike over on YouTube. Yeah, if you got any questions over there, thanks for that. Dennis over on YouTube, and John S as well over on YouTube. Thanks, guys, for checking in there. Graham, hey, Graham. Got a lot of people over on YouTube there. If you do have a call sign over on YouTube, would you post your call sign, and I'll put it in my record in my log here. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. Roger there. Just search for Colorado Astronomy Net. I think there's the only one there. Let me pull that up. But yeah, here we go. All right, let me get. Oh, there we go. We got a whole bunch of people. John. John, we got you on the list. Thanks for that. Graham, we got you on the list as well. So thanks for that. So, all right. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. That'll work. Yeah, okay, yeah. Ken posted my link there, so ignore mine. I guess that's my monitoring there. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Let me say hey to everybody. Let's see. Oh. Okay. There. Well, I'm glad I'm posting on YouTube tonight. Welcome. Let's see. Yeah, welcome everybody that's on there. So I don't know what's going on with the digital side, but if you're still on analog over here in Denver area, we'll get you on as well. So I think I got everybody checked in. So thanks for that. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Announcements. I publish a monthly astronomy newsletter via email and the World Wide Web. If you wish to subscribe to the email version of the newsletter, please send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com. Let me know that you want to subscribe to the email version of my newsletter, and I'll get you signed up. You can also visit the website at www.ki0ar.com/astro.html. And at the top of the web page is also a spot where you may submit your email address and get subscribed to the email version of the newsletter as well. If you don't want to remember all that, just Google my call sign, KI0AR. A whole bunch of links will pop up, including links to the newsletter and the web page. Also, I have applied for and gotten access to a new domain name, coastronomy.net. So coloradoastronomy.net. I'll get that set up one of these days. And it'll be the official Colorado Astronomy Net web page. But right now, just use my KI0AR at or the ki0ar.com/astro.html for the newsletter anyway. I also volunteer with a youth group called the International Association for Astronomical Studies, a youth group that meets out in Strasburg, Colorado on Friday evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. Always looking for new members, freshmen through senior high school age students interested in astronomy, amateur radio, high power rocketry, remote control aircraft flying, full scale aircraft construction, archaeoastronomy, radio astronomy, and balloon launch communications. The IAAS also has a call sign, which is K0AAS. We usually monitor that when we are out there. Jim, N0COT, usually monitors that when he's out there in the area during the week. So if you happen to hear him out there, say hey. And we'll tell you all about the group as well. So, yeah, Marty, apologies for that. Not exactly sure what's going on. And I don't know if Jack is out there, KE0VH. We do have some issues with digital. So, Jack, if you're listening, you may want to check that out. Also, the IAAS has a Facebook page. So if you have Facebook, you may want to check that out. It's IAA, the International Association for Astronomical Studies. Also a reminder that the Colorado Astronomy Net also has a Facebook page, though I have been negligent in keeping up with that myself. Mondays and Wednesdays, Jack, KE0VH, has his flight sim on YouTube at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. If you're interested in flight simulations or flying along with us, it's actually rather interesting flights that he does every now and then. He's been very, very busy this summer, so he has not been nearly as active as he would like, but you may want to check out some of his past flights. He had a flight a little bit while ago where he flew through the Himalayas and virtually flew near K2. So things like that. And let's see. There we go. Ed, good evening to you, Ed. W6RDZ, I got you checked in. And yeah, that'd be great if you can do, yeah, Echolink is not usable, but if you're on analog, that'll be fine. So we definitely have some Echolink issues, digital issues tonight. So please stand by, and if you have YouTube, you may want to check that out. Yeah, Ken posted the correct. I pulled up my own monitor there, so apologies for that. Ken posted that in the YouTube channel in the AIM window on NetLogger. All right, I haven't even gotten to take check-ins over the air, even though digital seems to not be working so well tonight. I'll go ahead and see who is listening over on the analog side or anywhere else, however you can check in tonight. I'll call for check-ins. Anyone else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. All right. Yeah, it looks like digital. Yeah, digital is not working. All right, everybody, stand by. I'm going to text Jack and see if he's around. He's been busy. I'll check, text a few people here and see what's going on. Wow, whoever transmitted that, you were real broken too. So now I'm getting it. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, I'm not receiving much at all, even on the analog side myself. So, um, I may be doing all the talking tonight. So, again, check out the YouTube channel. And it looks like we do have a bunch of people over on YouTube, so I do appreciate that, guys. As a secondary, so I don't know what's going on. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Um, I'll go ahead and get into the local astronomical news for this second week of July. Hopefully everybody was safe during July 4th and maybe even got out to see some activity besides fireworks. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the phases of the moon. We had a first quarter moon on the 2nd. We got a full moon coming up on the 10th, last quarter moon on the 17th, and we got a new moon on the 24th. The moon was at apogee, its farthest point away from the Earth this month, on the 4th. It was 251,423 miles from Earth. The moon will be at perigee, its closest approach to the Earth this month, on the 20th. It will be 228,690 miles from Earth. Planetary highlights for July. Summer nights offer lots of interesting sights this month. Mercury and Mars are on show in the evening twilight. Both Uranus and Neptune stand near brighter beacons. Neptune and Saturn are 2 moon widths apart all month, while the morning sky hosts Venus and Uranus together in Taurus. Saturn also shows off 2 Titan shadow transits, visible through small telescopes. Jupiter returns late in the month as Pluto reaches opposition. Excerpt is from Astronomy Magazine, July 2025, page 28. On with the individual planets. Mercury will be at greatest eastern or was at greatest eastern elongation, about 26 degrees east of the sun on the 4th. That means it's actually as high as it was going to get towards the west. So if you're looking at it, it's kind of weird. Being east of the sun means that it's actually trailing the sun, and if it's at western elongation, it actually means it's leading the sun, or it's towards the west of the sun as you're looking at the sky there. Mercury will be stationary on the 17th. Mercury will be at inferior conjunction on the 31st. That means that Mercury will be between us and the sun on that particular date. Mercury is setting. What time is Mercury setting? About 9:45 p.m. This week. So look for Mercury about 30 minutes after sunset, just above the western horizon during the first couple of weeks of this month. Mercury is in the constellation of Cancer, shining at magnitude 0.4 on the 1st. Quick tutorial on magnitudes. The magnitude scale is an inverse logarithmic scale, meaning as the magnitudes increase, the apparent brightness of an object decreases by a factor of about 2.5. The dimmest object that the human eye can see under optimum conditions is 6th magnitude. Any magnitudes less than 6, like a magnitude 5 object, is 2.5 times brighter than a magnitude 6 object, while a magnitude 7 object is 2.5 times dimmer than a magnitude 6 object. The best that you can hope for in the Denver area is probably around 4th magnitude. All right, let's see. Those of you who are over on YouTube, we'll do the Q&A. We'll do the Q&A via the chat window. That might be interesting for sure. I'll see who's over there. As we go down the list, I'll have to remember who's on YouTube there. I think just about everybody is tonight. All right, this is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Continuing, Venus is rising about 3 a.m. This week. Look for Venus to the east about an hour before sunrise. Venus moves from the constellation of Taurus into Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 4.1 on the 15th. The Earth was at aphelion, its farthest point away from the sun, back on the 3rd. It was 94.5 million miles away from the sun on that day. For Mars, we got Mars setting about 11:15 p.m. This week. Look for Mars to the southwest in the evening. Mars moves from the constellation of Leo into Virgo, shining at magnitude 1.5. And we got Jupiter rising. Rising just a couple minutes before 5 a.m. this week. Look for Jupiter to the east about an hour before sunrise. Jupiter is in the constellation of Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 1.9. Jupiter is still going to be a little bit difficult to spot, even though it's about 40 minutes, about 45 minutes rising. Actually, it's rising about 45 minutes before the sun this week. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to spot Jupiter because by the time it gets about a half an hour above the horizon, it's nearly sunrise. So wait until later in the month to spot Jupiter in the early morning sky. Saturn will be stationary on the 14th, neither appearing to move forward nor backward relative to the background skies on that date. Saturn is rising about midnight this week, just a couple minutes after. Oh, look for Saturn low to the south before sunrise. So give it Saturn a while and look towards the southern sky around 3, 4, 5 a.m. When it is highest in the sky. That'll be the best time to spot Saturn. Saturn is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 0.9. And we got Uranus is rising about 2:30 a.m. This week. Look for Uranus to the southeast before sunrise. Uranus is in the constellation of Taurus, shining at magnitude 5.8. I think that's VE3 Tango Echo Sierra. I'll take, yeah, Mark, I got you on the list. Thanks for checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Stand by. I'm still giving, I'm still doing some report this evening, and I'll call for check-ins a little bit later on, but I got you on the list. Thanks for that.
Okay, thank you very much, calling from the Vancouver, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. To copy that, I call the Sequence Tango Echo Sierra. I'm calling Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Over.
Roger that, Mark. This is KI0AR. Name here is Bernus. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra. I am the net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. We are running that net tonight. That is a new call on the list, so welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll touch base with you in just a second. I am currently doing right now in the middle of doing the local astronomical news. So stand by, please, and I'd like to talk with you in just a sec. You can monitor on YouTube as well. We've been having some digital issues tonight, but don't know how you're coming through tonight. But please stand by, and welcome to the net. And I also am on NetLogger, so if you have NetLogger, you're more than welcome to check in that way. But right now, I do have you on the list, Mark. So thanks for that. Let me finish up my local astronomical news, and I'll get right back to you. So got a little bit more to go. Appreciate that. Okay, I think I did Uranus, so we're going to Neptune. Neptune is stationary on the 5th. Neptune is rising about midnight this week, just almost about just a couple of minutes before Saturn this week. Look for Neptune to the south before sunrise, leading Saturn by just a couple of minutes all month. Neptune is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 7.7. So if you're out there and want to see one of the dimmer planets, meaning Neptune, you may want to find Saturn first. If you can find Saturn, then just move your telescope or binoculars up about 4 moon widths above Saturn, almost directly overhead, and you'll be looking for a small, very small bluish green dot. So look for that. Look for that. That little bluish green dot just above Saturn. Planets have a discernible disk, while stars look like pinpoints. So that's how you can tell them apart. All right, let's see. Dwarf planets. We got Ceres. Ceres rising about 1:15 a.m. This week. Ceres can be spotted low to the south before sunrise. Ceres is in the constellation of Cetus, shining at magnitude 8.9. And we got Pluto. Will be at opposition on the 25th, rising as the sun sets. Pluto is now rising about 9:30 p.m. This week. Pluto can be spotted before sunrise to the south-southwest. Actually, look closer to midnight, a little bit after when it's highest in the sky. Pluto appears at its best for the year later this month. Pluto is in the constellation of Capricornus, shining at magnitude 15.1. As always, good luck at spotting Neptune, Ceres, and Pluto. A large telescope and dark skies will be needed. That large telescope, 14-inch or better for Pluto. My 8-inch telescope has a finite magnitude of about 12. It's about the dimmest I can see with my telescope. So Pluto is 3 magnitudes dimmer than what my telescope can see under optimum conditions. So there you go. You'll have to definitely get some larger telescope for that, and lots of patience. Don't know if you can see it, but I did post an image of Saturn and Neptune over on, there we go. Whoa. There, we got post Saturn and Neptune. So you can see where they are. That's about 3:30 a.m. Denver time over on YouTube. So hopefully you can see that. Meteor showers. We got the southern Delta Aquarids. This meteor shower has a duration of July 14th through August 18th. Maximum hourly rate of 15 to 20 occurs on July 28th, 29th. So start looking for those next week. We got the northern Delta Aquarids extends from July 16th through September 10th. Maximum occurs on August 13th. Hourly rate reach a high of 10. And that's peaking right after the Perseus meteor shower, which would be on the 12th of August. We'll talk about them next month. But go out there. There's still some lingering meteors, from daylight meteors as well, from some of the June meteor showers. No comet activity to speak of this month. So that is it for the local astronomical news. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, looks like some of the getting better reports tonight. We got Mark out there up in Ontario, VE3TES. Mark, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Hopefully you're still there. I always like to touch base with my first time check-ins. Name here is Bernus, that's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra, and the call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. So welcome to the net. I'd like to find out what your interest, background in astronomy is, whether you're just starting out and learning, or you've been doing it for decades and still learning like I am. Mark, VE3TES, please share with us what your interest, background in astronomy is. Go ahead. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Go ahead and get into the bulletins for this evening. Let's see. What do I got on the list? I always like to start off with ISS viewing. For those of you who may want to look for the ISS passes in the sky, I like to share this website, www.heavens-above.com. That's www.heavens-above.com. One reason I like to share this particular website is I can click on, here's ISS passes over the Denver area. I did post this over in YouTube right now. What I like about this website is I'll click on one of the particular dates of the visible passes on, and this one particular on the 8th there, and it shows a nice star chart of the ISS pass. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. One thing I don't like about, there we go, that's better. I think, there we go, that's better. There we go. Gives you a nice ISS patch that you can print out on your 8.5 by 11 paper. I can go ahead and do that. And let's see. All right. I'm not going to do that. All right. I don't know why. Oh, I clicked on it and it zoomed in. There we go. There we go. Again, that website, www.heavens-above.com. You can check out that website for ISS passes over your local area. And yeah, it's flipping back and forth between over the Denver area, flipping back and forth from late evening and early morning on those timings. And that's it. That's it for that bulletin. Again, that website, www.heavens-above.com. Let's see. Here's the bulletin for this evening from JPL. And this is something that we all can share, especially if you're into doing some research. This date is July 2nd. How NASA's SphereX mission will share its all-sky map with the world. The observatory will collect data on hundreds of millions of cosmic objects, enabling studies on everything from the early universe to the origins of life. NASA's newest astrophysics space telescope launched in March on a mission to create an all-sky map of the universe. Now settled into low Earth orbit, SphereX, or spectrophotometer for the history of the universe, epoch of reionization, and ICE's Explorer, has begun delivering its sky survey data to a public archive on a weekly basis, allowing anyone to use the data to probe the secrets of the cosmos. Station calling. This is Kilo India Zero Alpha Romeo. Are you trying to reach somebody, or would you like to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net? Over. Okay, we've got some audio issues tonight, so please bear with me. I think I got a tango somewhere in there. Let's try and get you on the list right now. I take check-ins a little bit throughout the net when I call for them, but since you're calling right now, I'll get you on the list. Let's start off phonetically twice, and give me your call very slowly, please, sir. Okay, I did not copy that at all. Let me go ahead and acknowledge Joel over on YouTube. Thanks for checking in from up in Conifer there. Appreciate it. If you got a call sign, would you post that and I'll get you on the list. If you don't, that's fine too. Station trying to check in. If you could give me your call sign phonetically twice, very slowly, I'll see if I can pick you up. We are having technical difficulties, especially on the digital side this evening, so do apologize for that. So we'll try again. I do have NetLogger. If you have NetLogger or YouTube, or if you can still copy me, send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com. I'll get you on the list. Okay, I got a Tango Alpha Romeo. Let's try and see if we can get the whole call in there. Okay, yeah, I got a Victor Alpha Romeo that time. So please stand by. I do apologize. I'm right in the middle of doing a bulletin right now. Please hold your call sign or your check-ins until I call for them, please, sir. Or if you have NetLogger, please check in via NetLogger on the AIM window. That will be the best way that you can check in. If you have YouTube, look for the Colorado Astronomy Net. If you have YouTube, look for the Colorado Astronomy Net, and I'll get you checked in on that as well. That way I can read your call sign. We're having audio difficulties this evening, so please, please bear with us. I will try call sign, but I will take call signs or check-ins in just a few minutes, so please stand by. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Where was I? Oh yeah. Here, I'm going to try to post. I don't see. Yeah, all right. All right, I did post the link to the public archive for SphereX in the AIM window. It doesn't look like I can post that link over in YouTube. So if someone can try to post that link over in YouTube, I'd appreciate it. We'll see how that works if someone else can do that. All right. Here we go. Continuing. Because we're looking at everything in the whole sky, almost every area of astronomy can be addressed by SphereX data, said Rachel Atkinson, the lead for the SphereX Science Data Center at IPAC. IPAC is a science and data center for astrophysics and planetary science at Caltech in Pasadena, California. Other missions like NASA's now retired WISE, or Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer, have also mapped the entire sky. SphereX builds on this legacy by observing in 102 infrared wavelengths compared to WISE's 4 wavelength bands. By putting the many wavelength bands of SphereX data together, scientists can identify the signatures of specific molecules with a technique known as spectroscopy. The mission science team will use this method to study the distribution of frozen water and organic molecules, the building blocks of life in the Milky Way. The SphereX science team will also use the mission's data to study the physics that drove the universe's expansion following the Big Bang, and to measure the amount of light emitted by all the galaxies in the universe over time. Releasing SphereX data in a public archive encourages far more astronomical studies than the team could do on their own. By making the data public, we enable the whole astronomy community to use SphereX data to work on all these other areas of science, Atkinson said. NASA is committed to the sharing of scientific data, promoting transparency and efficiency in scientific research. In line with this commitment, data from SphereX appears in the public archive within 60 days after the telescope collects each observation. The short delay allows the SphereX team to process the raw data and to remove or flag artifacts, account for detector effects, and align the images to the correct astronomical coordinates. The team publishes the procedures they used to process the data alongside the actual data products. We want enough information in those files that people can do their own research, Atkinson said. During its 2-year prime mission, SphereX will survey the entire sky twice a year, creating 4 all-sky maps. After the mission reaches the 1-year mark, the team plans to release a map of the whole sky at all 102 wavelengths. In addition to the science enabled by SphereX itself, the telescope unlocks an even greater range of astronomical studies when paired with other missions. Data from SphereX can be used to identify interesting targets for further study by NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, refine exoplanet parameters collected from NASA's TESS, or Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, and study the properties of dark matter and dark energy along with ESA's, European Space Agency's, Euclid mission and NASA's upcoming Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope. The IPAC archive that hosts SphereX data, IRSA, NASA/IPAC Infrared Science Archive, also hosts pointed observations and all-sky maps at a variety of wavelengths from previous missions. The large amount of data available through IRSA gives users a comprehensive view of the astronomical objects they want to study. SphereX is part of the entire legacy of NASA space surveys, said IRSA science lead Vandana Desai. People are going to use the data in all kinds of ways that we can't imagine. NASA's Office of the Chief Science Data Officer leads the open science efforts for the agency. Public sharing of scientific data, tools, research, and software maximizes the impact of NASA's science missions. To learn more about NASA's commitment to transparency and reproducibility of science research, visit science.nasa.gov/open-science. That's science.nasa.gov/open-science. To get more stories about the impact of NASA science data delivered directly to your inbox, sign up for the NASA Open Science newsletter. More about SphereX. The SphereX mission is managed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory for the agency's Astrophysics Division within the Science Mission Directorate at NASA. Headquarters, BAE Systems in Boulder, Colorado, built the telescope and the spacecraft bus. The science analysis of the SphereX data will be conducted by a team of scientists located at 10 institutions in the U.S., 2 in South Korea and 1 in Taiwan. Caltech in Pasadena managed and integrated the instrument. The mission's principal investigator is based at Caltech with a joint JPL appointment. Data will be processed and archived at IPAC at Caltech. The SphereX data will be publicly available at the NASA IPAC Infrared Science Archive. Caltech manages JPL for NASA. To learn more about SphereX, visit https://nasa.gov/SphereX. And that's it for that bulletin for this evening. This is KI0AR, Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, I just published that link. I just published that link in the AIM window on NetLogger. It's a nice long one for that bulletin. I'll also publish that in the SkyHub link newsletter as well. So if you get that newsletter, or if you're signed up to receive emails from SkyHub, you'll get that as well. So I got to figure out how to post links in YouTube there. That's another one of those things I got to learn. Right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I want to call on Ed, W6RDZ. Good evening to you, Ed. Let's see. I want to do a radio check with you first to see how you're coming across. We've been having some issues with the audio, so I want to see how your sound checks first.
Good evening, Bernard. Good evening to the net. This is W6RDZ, your rocket man, with tonight's rocket report. How's that audio sounding to you, Bernard?
Solid copy, Ed. So it's coming across, no problems. So go ahead with the rock report. I turned up the volume on the radio so the computer mic will pick that up a little bit better over on YouTube there. So we'll get that across. So this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Ed, W6RDZ, go ahead and present the rocket report for this evening.
All right. Good evening again, Bernard. Good evening to the net. This is W6RDZ with your tonight's rocket report for the Colorado Astronomy Net. We'll look back at the launches the past week, back to July 1st, and then we'll look at the launches ahead. And this evening, we have time enough, I think, to put in a couple news items that we wanted to get in a couple weeks, but weren't able to. All right, last week's launches, there were just 4 of them. It's a light week. 2 SpaceX, 1 Chinese, and 1 Russian. The first launch was postponed for a few hours on Thursday night, but finally at 0028 Mountain Daylight Time, Wednesday morning, July 2nd, SpaceX successfully launched Starlink Group 10-25 on a Falcon 9, and in doing so set a new reuse record. It launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida. Booster B1067 successfully launched and landed for the 29th time. Another reuse record for booster B1076. That's amazing because the original design goals were to make a booster that would last 10 launches, and now they're pushing 30. All right, second launch of the week. China successfully launched a Long March 4C on Thursday morning, July 3rd at 0335 Mountain Standard Time from the launch center in China. We're going to reset the repeater there. W6RDZ back with the rocket report for the Colorado Astronomy Net. The booster carried the Cheyenne 28B01 satellite to low Earth orbit. This satellite is officially named for the, quote, Space Environment Soyuz 2.1A rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. It was the 184th flight of a Progress mission. The Progress was loaded with 2,625 kilograms of supplies. That's like 2.5 tons. It included 1,205 kilograms of dry goods, 950 kilograms of rocket fuel for the space station's thrusters, 240 kilograms of drinking water, and 50 kilograms of nitrogen to replenish the station's atmosphere. The Progress MS-31 cargo vehicle docked to the ISS on Saturday, July 5th at 15:27, approximately 48 hours after launch. And our fourth launch of the week, the final at the repeater there, W6RDZ. W6RDZ back with the rocket report for the Colorado Astronomy Net. SpaceX successfully launched Starlink Group 1028 this morning, July 8th at 0221 from Cape Canaveral, Florida. 28 Starlink V2 minis joined the mega constellation in low Earth orbit. It was Booster 1077's 22nd flight and Falcon 9's 490th recovery attempt. The launch was also the 150th orbital launch attempt of 2025 worldwide. All right, that brings us to upcoming launch events next week. And we just have 3 launches on the docket so far. First launch coming up Saturday, July 12th at 21:52 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX plans to launch to the GTO-1 mission on a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida. The payload identity is unconfirmed. The mission's name is derived from a published hazard zone notice. Launch time is approximate and expected to change. Second launch next week, July 13th at 2027 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX intends to launch Starlink Group 15-2 on a Falcon 9 out of Vandenberg Space Force Base. And our third, the test flight 1 of Eris Gilmore rocket, Bowden Orbital Space Pass in Australia. It didn't launch last week. It's supposed to W6RDZ rocket report. I think I might have tripped the time out on the repeater. Anyway, the Australian launch did not happen last week, July 2nd. Gilmore Space Technologies, they wanted a longer launch window for Eris's maiden flight, so they postponed the launch a week. The maiden flight of the Eris rocket is now scheduled for Tuesday, that's tomorrow, July 15th. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. At 15:02 Mountain Daylight Time. Yeah, that should be Tuesday, July 15th. All right, that's a week off. Yeah, that's 1 week from today. All right, sorry, I'm on top of it now. At 15:30 Mountain Daylight Time from Bowden Orbital Spaceport in Australia. The launch is not planned to be live streamed, though some private individuals may stream it. Gilmore Space is an Australian company founded in 2013, and the Eris rocket is a small satellite launch vehicle. It'll be the second try. Back in mid-May, the vehicle was poised to become the first orbital launch from Australian soil of a sovereign-built vehicle. coming up next week is that the SpaceX Axum 4 crew Dragon is scheduled to undock from the ISS with its pulse and splash time sometime after that. W6RDZ reset. This is W6RDZ, back with the rocket report. First item in the news was that the SLS booster blows its nozzle. NASA and Northrop Grumman test-fired the world's largest new solid rocket booster in Utah on Thursday, and it didn't go exactly according to plan. ARS reports the booster features a new design that NASA would use to power the Space Launch System rockets, beginning with the 9th mission. So this isn't going to affect Artemis 1, 2, 3, etc. It's going to kick in about Artemis 9 if the program lasts that long. The motor was tested on Thursday, isn't flight worthy. It's a test unit that engineers will learn about the rocket's performance. It turns out they did learn something, but perhaps not what they wanted. About a minute 40 seconds into the booster's burn, a fiery plume emerged from the motor's structure just above its nozzles. Not moments later, the nozzle violently disintegrated. The booster kept firing until it ran out of pre-packed propellant. Links to the video of that are on the Rocket Report newsletter. And another very interesting development back on June 18th is that Honda launched Honda's Hopper, and it suddenly makes the Japanese car maker a serious player in rocketry. Easy, we're going to reset.
This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. We are in the midst of running a net right now, Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. If you'd like to check in, please stand by. We are having audio issues this evening, and I'd appreciate, well, we'll take check-ins a little bit later on. We lost the rocket report just a minute ago. I am going to call on Ed, W6RDZ, just to check in with him. So we're getting some interference or or some bleed overs from somewhere else. But very garbled transmissions that we can't hear. So those of you who are out there, please stand by.
This is W6RDZ. Where did I lose you?
You got through the news item number one, or pretty much that one. I want you to just start off with the news items there and continue with that. It was kind of somewhere in there. Go with that, Ed. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
Hey, Ernest from KU0VH. I'm going to disconnect that echo link node. That's what's causing that. I'm going to disconnect it and you can let it run. Digital is working, by the way. This is KU0VH. Okay. News item one was about the the solid rocket booster that blew up. I'm going to consider myself through that one. If you want more on that, check the links on the rocket report that Burness disseminates. All right, second launch is about the Honda rocket that launched. Yeah, Honda, that's our motorcycle and car company out of Japan. An experimental reusable rocket developed by the research and development arm of Honda Motor Company flew to an altitude of nearly 900 feet Tuesday and then landed with pinpoint precision at the car maker's test facility in northern Japan. Maker's test facility in northern Japan. The accomplishment may not sound like much, but it's important to put it into perspective. Honda's Hopper is the first prototype rocket outside the States and China to complete a flight of this kind, demonstrating vertical technology. Lost my place. Vertical that could underpin development of a reusable launch vehicle. All right. While Tuesday's announcement by Honda was unexpected, the company has talked about rockets before. There? W6RDZ. Honda officials revealed they have been working on a rocket engine for at least 2 years. At the time, officials said a small satellite launch vehicle was part of Honda's roadmap. Well, Tuesday, the rocket Honda talked about in 2021 could put a payload of about 1 metric ton into low Earth orbit. It's unclear whether Honda is still targeting this sector of the launch market. Company officials committed to supporting internal development work until about 2025 or 2026, when it would make a go or no-go decision on whether to finish the project and field the operational rocket. Again, more details on that in the Rocket Report newsletter. We're going to reset there and get our last third article. All right, W6RDZ was the last news item of the Rocket Report. It's an exceedingly rare asteroid flyby will happen soon, but guidelines. That's from my ARS Technica. A little less than 4 years from now, a killer asteroid will narrowly fly past the Earth. Will be a celestial event visible around the world for a few weeks. Apophis will shine among the brightest objects in the night sky. The near miss by the large Apophis asteroid in 2029 offers NASA a golden and exceedingly rare opportunity to observe such an object like this up close. Critically, the interaction between Apophis and the Earth's gravitational pull will offer scientists an unprecedented chance to study the interior of the asteroid. This is a fascinating for planetary science, but it also has serious implications for planetary defense. In the future, where such an asteroid on course to strike Earth, the effective plan to deflect it would depend on knowing what the interior looks like. This is a remarkable opportunity, said Bobby Braun, who leads the space exploration for Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory, in an interview. From a probability standpoint, there's just not going to be another chance to study a killer asteroid like this for thousands of years. Sooner or later, we're going to need this knowledge. Reset. All right, sooner or later, we're going to need this knowledge, but we may not get it. NASA has some options for tracking Apophis during its flyby. However, the most promising of these, the mission named Osiris Apex, that breathes new life into an old spacecraft that otherwise would drift into oblivion, is slated for cancellation by the Trump White House budget for fiscal year 2026. And this is the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft that already brought us a sample of that of OSIRIS-REx, and this is already launched, it's already paid for, and we just need very low money to keep this going for the Apophis mission. All right, more on that if you like on the link to the article. All right, that's it for the Rocket Man and tonight's Rocket Report. Here's wishing you good night and nominal flight. W6RDZ back now to Furnace Net Control.
All right, thanks for that, Ed. I appreciate you doing the Rocket Report tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Jack disconnected the Echo Link node, so I think that's working a little bit better. Jack, we'll get you checked in if you're listening out there. All right, we got you checked in there, Jack, but appreciate you being out there helping a lot. We did have a lot of YouTube check-ins tonight, so we can try going back to digital, but the Echo Link seems to be down. I don't know if it's back up yet. All right, right now, I'm going to pause here to see if there are any more check-ins before we attempt to go down the list tonight to see who is out there contribute to the net. Anyone else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Okay, we did have some people drop out though, but we'll go down the list and see who's still with us tonight. I do appreciate people hanging around and being out there and listening either via the radio or via YouTube. If you're still listening on YouTube, there is a bit of a lag. I will keep an eye on the chat, and if I see you pop up with something to chat about, I'll get back to you. It's going to be a little squirrely tonight, but we'll see. First on the list tonight is Parker out in Kansas, K0VL. Good evening to you, Parker. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Doug out in Parker, Colorado, a K0ATP. Good evening to you, Doug. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Dave up in Evergreen, AF0AS. Good evening to you, Dave. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Not a lot for the net tonight. As we heard from the rocket report, next week's going to be sort of quiet, but I was just looking at future launches, and there's 10 or 12 worldwide for the last 2 weeks of July, so things are going to be picking up. There's a whole bunch of SpaceX launches with some interesting payloads. There's a transporter. Actually, there's a military transport launch. There is a Kuiper launch on a Falcon. That's going to be sort of an interesting one. And there is a couple of India launch, a couple of Chinese launches, 3 Vandenberg launches. Yeah, it's going to, end of the month may be a little fun. That's about all I got. With that, back to the net.
All right, Dave, appreciate you sharing that with us. It looks like we'll have a lot to talk about towards the end of the month there. I guess Ed will have to get his typing fingers warmed up for that. All right, Dave, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Roy, KI7PKL. Good evening to you, Roy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
And I'm sure okay here. I'm not connected to Fireside, and I've been listening to you on YouTube. So I'm completely, but of course, between YouTube and the world. Anyway, a pretty good night tonight. We bought a new mini PC to use telescope. I've improved things greatly over that cheap, very slow app that I had out there. And yeah, just some nice clear work. That's good. Perfect time for tinkering, fixing things. Spend time, calling general upkeep. Anyway, thanks for taking my check-in. We'll check it back to you. KSF, take care.
All right, Roy, I appreciate that. We caught most of that. A little broken, but yeah, we caught just about everything there. So appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Yeah, always good to have some time where you can catch up on general maintenance of things. That's for sure. All right, Roy. Thanks for that. All right, next on the list is Ken out in Nevada, NV7SS. Good evening to you, Ken. What have you got for the net tonight?
Hey, good evening. Not sure if I'm coming. Looking for the shot here. Not much doing in the there. Been a little bit under the weather there. So anyway, there, Berners. I couldn't make one word out of Roy. So hope he's doing okay. Yeah, I gotta turn that off. I gotta turn off YouTube there. I'm feeding back. But anyway, there. Take care there, Berners. Thanks for being there. And sorry about the problems tonight, but at least YouTube's working. Take care. Until next week there, Ernest. This is NV7SS. I'm going to turn it back to the net.
All right, Ken. Yeah, now that it sounds like I was getting a little choppy on over on analog. Now I'm switched over to digital, and you were solid copy there, Ken. So maybe I should have done that with Roy's as well. But yeah, you were solid copy there, Ken. Hopefully you can hear me now. Don't know, but yeah, issues. But this is ham radio, so always an adventure. That's for sure. All right, Ken, I do appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I guess I should do a quick radio check to see how my audio is coming through over on the digital side now. Anybody want to give me a check on my copy there? Over.
Yeah, Bernie, solid copy on digital. Solid copy, clean as a whistle. We do know that we've been having some troubles with the hub. Skylar and the crew are aware. We apologize for that. People are working on it. K0VH.
Thanks for that, Jack. Yeah, I know that we've been juggling for for quite a while since, whenever you're not on or what have you. But we're still having fun. That's the key thing. And now that I'm on YouTube there, Jack, a lot of people switched over. We had let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 people that were listening via YouTube this evening when they couldn't hear me over this evening. So that's working. There is a little bit of the delay, but it's still working. So thanks for that, Jack. Next on the list is Moy down in Texas. N5ZIQ. Good evening to you, Moy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. And now we're breaking up on analog there, Jack. Yeah, Ed just gave me a note there. You were all breaking up on analog. So, gosh, I don't know where. I don't know if I can transmit on both analog and digital and not have any cross issues there. We'll work with what we got. Let's see. YouTube, Roger, KF0SMD. Let's see. Any questions from the YouTube crowd? So we got a couple on YouTube. Hopefully you guys are still listening. Don't know if you are or not. But if you are, please post any questions or comments you'd like me to pass along. And W6RDZ, was I copyable? Solid copy over on analog. I can switch back.
This is W6RDZ. I think I heard you calling for me. Yeah, you're breaking up over on analog, but I don't know if you got the analog. W6RDZ, back to you.
All right, this is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll switch back. Boy, don't know whether I'm solid copy here or not, but oh, let's see. We got Dennis KB8HHQ's new call over on YouTube there. We'll see if you're still there. But Dennis, welcome again. Let's see. I know there's a minute, almost a minute or so lag on that. So, but I don't want to keep the mic open. So we'll just see about that. If you're still out there, Dennis, listening in, you post over on YouTube there. Next on the list is Mike up in Alaska, KL7FR. Good evening to you, Mike. What have you got for the net tonight? Yeah, I think some people have checked out, but you guys can listen on YouTube all you want. Next, Brian, W4BJB out in Tennessee. Good evening to you, Brian. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. And we got some YouTube check-ins, but we'll go down the list and see if I get any hits over on YouTube. Martin in Iowa, W9EAA. Good evening to you, Marty. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Mike over on YouTube, KO5AOK. I know I saw your post earlier that you couldn't transmit, but if you can type, maybe that'll work. Over on YouTube, what have you got out in Oklahoma? What have you got for us tonight, Mike? Go ahead. And next on the list is John in Ohio, W2JLS. Good evening to you, John. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Graham out in Scotland. He checked in and out. It was 3 a.m., so he had to disappear. It's way past his bedtime over there, he said. So, Graham, I do appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Ed in Broomfield, W6RDZ. Good evening to you, Ed. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Hello again, Burness. W6RD said, yeah, love that article on the Spherex. That's really interesting with that one and the Vera Rubin map. That's just doing incredible work. Like I say, they found 1,000 new asteroids the first day. And I'm talking new asteroids that they hadn't found before. And the first day they had it turned on, 4 or 5 of those are Earth crossing. So yeah, incredible what they're doing with these large-scale survey telescopes. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, and I guess they found a outside our solar system asteroid. This is the third one they found. There was an Atlas, and then Oumuamua was the last one we heard of. And this thing is just moving at incredible speed. So, yeah, lots of news on what these telescopes are noticing now. That's all I have. I'll turn it back to you, Burness, W6RDZ.
All right, Ed, thanks for that. Yeah, I had read a couple of those articles as well. Earlier, I didn't know what I wanted to pick, but I kind of like the Spherex one. Just in case some of you guys want to study something. I mean, 104 different wavelengths of data across the sky. I mean, if you wanted to look at galaxies in one of those wavelengths, something offbeat, or you had an interest in looking at the Magellanic Clouds or what have you. I mean, that data is available for whatever you want to do. If you got an idea, like they said, they're going to get tons and tons and tons of data. And there's not nearly enough scientists to go around to analyze that data. And so they're going to rely on basically citizen scientists doing their thing and picking something that interests them and say, hey, let's look at this weird, wavelength and see what pops up. I mean, it may be something as simple as that, just looking at some particular part of space at a particular wavelength or what have you, and using the Mark I eyeball and say, hey, that looks interesting. Is there something else that looks exactly like that somewhere else? And going with it. So this is something that all of us can share or be a part of, especially if you want to get into studying more about what's up in the skies. That's for sure. So, and this is free to everybody. So definitely, I wanted to share that with people. I know there's a lot of researchers out there, including on this net, that would be interested in doing some of that. All right, Ed, appreciate you doing the rocket report. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list, new call, Mark up in Ontario, VE3TES. Good evening to you, Mark. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net again. If you got anything for us tonight, go ahead, please. Okay, Joel, YouTube viewer out there, no call associated with that, but do appreciate it. If you're still listening over on YouTube, love to hear from you, but I definitely appreciate you checking in via YouTube tonight. Lots of check-ins via YouTube, so I'm glad we have that backup. Next on the list is Jack, KE0VH. Good evening to you, Jack. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Yeah, Burgess, good evening. I'm over on the analog side at the moment. I really don't know what's going on with the system, but we'll try to get it wrangled out. I am going to do a live stream tomorrow night. We're going to fly around the mountains of Colorado in the Douglas DC-3. We're going to do a flight from Aspen to Leadville and then up to Laramie, Wyoming. So we're gonna look forward to getting back in the air there. But anyway, that's about all I got, buddy. Yeah, work has really just kept me crazy this summer, as you've probably heard. So with that, back to net control. You guys have a good night. Thanks for being here, and thanks for your patience with SkyUplink. This is KE0VH.
Hey, Jack, no worries. Yeah, and glad to hear you're going to be back flying tomorrow for sure. Yeah, I'll try to remember and join you there. Do appreciate that. And anybody else that's out there listening that would like to fly along, Captain Jack Flight Sim on YouTube, CapnJackFLTSIM. Check out his YouTube channel tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. So Mountain Time. All right, Jack. Also, yeah, give me a call if you need any help or anything like that. With at least making calls on analog and digital and flipping back and forth with any of this and giving you signal reports or what have you. I'm free most of the time, but yeah, give me a call if you need some help with that for sure. Because I'm definitely appreciative of SkyUplink and being here and being able to do the astronomy net there. So I'd appreciate that. Yes, Joel. How do you get a ride in the DC-3? There you go. Check out Jack's flight sim tomorrow night. I'll post that right there. You can check out his flight. There you go, Joel. Check that out over on YouTube. I just posted his his YouTube channel, so sign up for that. He'll appreciate it. And check in with us tomorrow. And Joel, yeah, we'll look forward. If you're listening to us over on YouTube, we will look forward to when you can get your license and get on the air. So right now, I got you checked in on. May want to get NetLogger as well. So there you go. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Let's see. We are at the bottom of the list, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the net. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins. If you are a late check-in, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins? Please call KI0AR now.
Topic before AIC, whiskey bottle for Alpha Zulu.
Let me make sure I got that call sign correct. I got Kilowatt Golf 4 Alpha India Zulu. Is that correct?
That's whiskey Bravo 4 Alpha India. Before AIZ. Chuck in Florida.
All right, Chuck, I butchered that, didn't I? Whiskey Bravo 4 Alpha India Zulu. Thanks for checking in tonight. Yeah, you checked in before. What have you got for us tonight, Chuck? Go ahead.
Only again, I got a rough copy.
Yes, Chuck. Yeah, a little rough copy. I do apologize for that. We've been having some audio issues across the system this evening, so I do apologize for that. But it is being worked. We got our engineers working on the SkyHub Link stuff. So did just want to check in with you to see if you have anything that you would like to pass along to the net tonight. Go ahead, WB4AIZ. Go ahead.
This is W0SKY. Sorry, I just got all your messages and stuff. Quick reboot of everything. Just gonna do a quick reboot of everything. So give me like 1 minute, 30 seconds or so. I'll let you know when it's done. Does this whiskey zero circulating? WB4
And those of you who are on YouTube, please stand by. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Looks like Skylar got the systems rebooted. For those of you who are interested, it was kind of interesting watching all of the hubs pop up. skyhublink.com/status or the status page on skyhublink.com. We can check on there and see that that's all up. So Skylar, thanks for that. Hopefully I'm coming through all right. I'm going to go back to Chuck in Florida. I do apologize for that, Chuck. Skylar rebooted the system for us, and hopefully we're back on. WB4AIZ. Let's see. Have you got anything for the net tonight, Chuck? Go ahead.
Negative, really. The net on net logger before, but this is like the first time I've used Fireside to get in. I'm on Echolink with over on the cell phone with here in west coast of Florida. But so many Echolink nets, so little time. WB4AIZ. Back to that.
All right, Chuck, no worries. Yeah, we had some Echolink issues earlier, so I'm glad you checked in late through Echolink. I think we got some of that taken care of. But yeah, put that down as one of your favorites, or the Skyhub link nodes, or like you said, you found us on Echolink, the Colorado Astronomy Net. You have checked in before because you popped up in my database, so there you go. I do appreciate you checking in and give it a new mode a try there, or what you came through, a new link a try as well. Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Florida time. There you go. Appreciate that. All right, and Skylar, thanks for fixing that. Tonight. If you got any other news for us, Skylar, W0SKY, go ahead if you're still on.
Yeah, W0SKY, no problem. Like KB5Y DV repeaters became a little. Anyway, we're working on two hubs, so hopefully we get that as soon as possible. We've got the Skyhub tech team together. There's about 8 of us now. Part of it just formed the tech team, so hopefully it's not just me now, and I'm trying to get them up to speed. So stand by for news, I guess. This is W0SKY 73.
All right, Skylar. I don't know if you heard me earlier tell Jack that, yeah, if you need any help from me too, give me a buzz. My days are pretty open. So there you go. All right, Skylar, good to hear you. Thanks for working on that and getting all the systems look like back up again, so I do appreciate that. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. I'd like to thank the 20 check-ins for checking in tonight, and a whole bunch of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 people over on YouTube checked in via YouTube tonight. And I had a few others listening over there as well. So do appreciate being able to switch back and forth with that. But definitely appreciate the 20 check-ins we had tonight. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. 0100 Zulu on Wednesdays for another session of the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'd like to thank the Rocky Mountain Radio League for the use of their repeater system. So we switched over to that today. So we appreciate that. And I'd like to thank the SkyHub Link group for all the many ways that we can check into the net as well. The Echolinks, the All-Star Nodes, the digital, and the analog. And our support team out there being able to get us set back up as well. So to appreciate that. With that, I will say 73 and keep looking up. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.
WB4AIZ. We're on SkyHub. By the way, used to be an astronomer on TV. You said, whatever, keep looking up. Kilo Mike 6, Victor Alpha Yankee. Kilo Mike 6, Victor Alpha Yankee. They check it.
All right, Stephen, we got you on the list. KM6VAY, thanks for that. Yeah, Charles, yeah, Jack Horkheimer, he passed away. I don't know if he ever copyrighted that, but I hope he won't mind me using his sign off. I used to listen to Jack Horkheimer all the time, but hopefully he won't mind me using the keep looking up there. He was in Florida too as well. I think in fact, we had somebody that would live right down the street from him many, many years ago that checked in when we were over on, we were over on, where were we? We were coming out of the Springs on those nodes, the Echolink, the All-Star nodes out of the Springs, and we were getting around at least through the U.S. with that, but that's been a while. But now we're on SkyHub Link, skyhublink.com for more information there. Yeah, I'll kind of keep the, I closed the net, but I haven't shut down everything yet. Hopefully we'll steer it. Stephen, KM6VAY, you got anything for us tonight? Go ahead.
No, Bruce, I was just listening to everything. I've been, I don't know about you guys, but I've been shutting off half this week due to all these solar flares. Sure, it's good to hear you again. Thanks for doing the net. Back to net.
All right, Stephen, appreciate that. Yeah, I am now on YouTube, so if you want to listen to the whole thing or bits and pieces of it, you're more than welcome to hop on YouTube. The Colorado Astronomy Net is now officially on YouTube. We had a bunch check in earlier when we were having audio issues, so you can go back and listen to these things if you so desire. And subscribe if you like. Definitely like those subscriptions. So there you go. All right, Stephen, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.
Thanks again, Berners. I just subscribed. Looks really good. Back to net.
Outstanding. I appreciate that. This is KI0AR.